this video I'll be teaching you about inflammation, neuroinflammation, and inflammation. First, a little medical disclaimer here. Short medical disclaimer. Disclaimer, this content is for educational purpose only. It does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional. So, I have for years been teaching the truth that there's a connection between mental health problems and neuroinflammation, which means that if you or somebody that you know has a mental health problem, be it OCD, panic attacks, depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, I don't care what type of mental health problem it is, commonly correlated with mental health problem, diagnosed or not, is neuroinflammation. And I've become an expert on this topic, being autistic and having had repeated concussive events throughout my life. And it's been a long journey of understanding, having ADHD, autism, and concussion stuff, CPTSD, all kinds of issues. I cured myself from panic attacks too. I used to suffer from panic attacks, cured myself from that. Used to be depressed on antidepressants, got off them, and I'm not depressed. So I've had great success in overcoming mental physical health problems, and I'm in peak mental physical health, and I perform at a high level physically and mentally than the average person. So I've been teaching for years, and it's like I'm being a trailblazer, like a trendsetter, where things I've been teaching, more like started teaching YouTube 8 years ago, like this connection between brain inflammation, mental health, megadosing creatine, things I've been teaching for years. You haven't gotten to hear that. Also, that like recently found my channel until you hear Susan Humphrey show up on Rogan's podcast. You hear about vitamin C megadosing. Because for years when I've been teaching vitamin C megadosing, Susan Humphries has been one of the people I've been referencing. Also Tom Levy, Klenner, Abram Hoffer, who deal with supplements. So also teaching on hygiene home cleaning products for a long time, how bad they are for you, like the run-of-the-mill hygiene home cleaning chemical products. I've started seeing that show up and become more common now, since I've been teaching for years, warning people about the hygiene home cleaning chemicals and how they can affect your hormonal health. And I saw Samantha, a channel, Indian channel, had Tom Levy on as a guest, and then she had an Indian doctor, and he was saying the same thing. I've been a proponent and a person doing creatine megadosing, meaning not 5 grams per day. I've been taking 20 plus grams of creatine per day. And a few months ago, Dr. Ronald Patrick comes out on a podcast. Recent studies show that taking more than 20 grams can have this and that effect. So my point is this: I've been teaching the same thing for a long time. I've gotten better at the coaching and teaching, but I've been right since the beginning. I've been a proponent of vitamin C megadose since I got on YouTube, and I've been teaching explicit and non-explicit, meaning if people look at my protocol, my Pro Health Fitness protocol, that's designed to lower oxidative stress inflammation in your body. Where there is disease, if and when there is disease, and where there is oxidative stress. Oxidative stress and inflammation are interchangeably used, synonymous, which means antioxidant supplements are anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory spices, such as turmeric and ginger, are antioxidant. So oxidative stress and inflammation go hand in hand. So everything I've been teaching, when I've been teaching people how to get healthier, prevent health problems, deal with health problems they might have, mental, physical. Somebody knows where I know, but okay, all the coaching will lower inflammation in a person, oxidative stress. So that's how that works. So I'm gonna make another video teaching people how to lower oxidative stress, inflammation. And that's basically the simple truth is if you're looking to be healthier, work to lower inflammation in the body. So I don't have to make 600 videos. One video for people who are bipolar, one video for people who are depressed, one video for people that are fighters and have had a lot of concussions, stuff like this, one video for people with autism. What is general, but makes for better health. It's like the same things make people sick, the same things make people better. Now, there can still be a use in me now and then targeting, make a video for autistic people and teach some things for them, and there can be some minor differences. There can be some more of this. It's still going to be the same base, but it's going to be for a person that has extreme stress. For example, my baseline protocol, I recommend all people to take magnesium, vitamin C, niacinamide. Now, if somebody would have ADHD or autism or anxiety or depression, the recommended amount that I would give for niacinamide, vitamin B3, would be higher than the baseline protocol for the average, normally unhealthy adult, aka healthy adult. A lot of people foolishly believe, wrongfully believe, that they're healthy because they're not in the hospital dying and like they have an obvious health crisis. Whereas the norm now is people being unhealthy, and there's an agenda. The deep state want people sick. And this is, I'm not afraid to say it, I saw Ben Assad is less competent and valuable to deny him teaching health fitness. Shell for the deep state with their expensive urine. The deep state Illuminati that control this world, they have had an agenda for a long time to keep people weak mentally and physically, which is why you have all these propaganda myths that have been ingrained in people since childhood. The food pyramid, the RDA, where some of the amounts of the RDA are criminally low as far as I'm concerned. They tell you need 75 milligrams of ascorbic acid or something like this. But if you listen to me or we or Tom Levy, we is a person that, my wife, that have improved her health. Uh, I would take multigram amounts of vitamin C. That's thousands of milligrams. That's more than 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day. Whereas the RDA is 75 milligrams. That's how much a human needs every day. Okay. And then, so basically, the deep state want the masses weak and sick. And if people get enough vitamins, they won't be weak and sick. The deep state have the masses living a toxic lifestyle, using all these chemical toxins, inducing oxidative stress, inflammation, the shampoo, shower gel, softener, countertop cleaners, everything else. And it's for effect. We want these workers talks by design, not by incompetence, not by chance, which means, well, we're working to keep the masses weak and we got them having this much toxin exposure every day. And if they get too much vitamin C, that will interfere with being destroyed by our agenda. See, so it's too much. Yes, 6 grams of vitamin C per day is too much for you to not be destroyed as much by the agenda. See, it's like we need people to be weak and sick. That's what they want, the deep state. And if they take serious amounts of vitamin C, they're getting too much vitamin C for everything else to be as effective at destroying them as we have intended. So, from the RDA to the food pyramid to what are some common myths that the deep state have gotten out there to keep the masses sick? They put the RDA amounts criminally low, ridiculously low, meaning the RDA, where the establishment tells you how much you need of this, that, and the other thing, magnesium, niacin, vitamin D, vitamin C, it's way too low. Okay. And then they have propaganda talking points designed to keep people, dissuade people, keep people from taking therapeutic amounts. So here's two quotes where insights I've had. I boiled it down into like a paragraph quote. Uh, so this role is talks about design, not by incompetence, nor by chance. One. And here's another one. Do not foolishly seek to attain therapeutic effects from subtherapeutic types and amounts of supplements. Okay, so you need enough to make a difference. So in this video, I'm gonna be teaching once more how to be healthier. And this is especially important for people that are boxers, martial artists, and do sparring, people that have concussions, people with mental health problems. Remember, if you have a mental health problem, more likely than not, you have an extreme brain inflammation problem, contrasted to what's normal. And this protocol will be designed to help you to mitigate damage and prevent damage, which means if somebody gets on this protocol, somebody is a martial artist and does sparring every week, goes to boxing gym and gets hit in the head, you're having neuroinflammation induced by these concussive blows to the head. You don't have to suffer loss of consciousness. That's another myth. It's not that if you get hit in the head and you don't vomit and don't lose consciousness, that means your brain is totally fine. No, just repeated low level rattling of your brain, low level concussive blows, even if you don't lose consciousness, cause inflammation and are bad for your brain. So if you get on this protocol I'm going to share with you, it can have a preventative effect where you're not taking as much damage from your sparring. If you're sparring and getting hit in the head repeatedly, or you're playing football, for example, that's not a sport that induces brain inflammation, brain damage basically. You be less brain damage from the same amount of damage to your brain if you're supporting your body with this protocol. And people that have already some damage, you can deal with that and address that damage by getting on this protocol. And I can lay it out from memory here, but I'm gonna show a thing here. So here, brain scan study reveals an inflamed brain type across major psychiatric disorders, neuroscience news and research. And this was posted 2 hours ago. No, it was posted uh, yesterday. A new study has identified an immune-inflammatory biomarker across major psychiatric disorders. Oh, you mean like Mike has been saying since 6 years ago on YouTube? New study, see, a new study, Neuroscience News and Research, posted yesterday at 3:08 p.m. A new study has identified an immunoinflammatory biomarker across major psychiatric disorders that can be detected using non-invasive brain imaging. New study. You mean like I've been teaching for years, 6, 8 years on YouTube, that commonly called every mental health problems is neuroinflammation, and then teaching how to address general inflammation system-wide, like your whole body and your brain. Okay, teaching how to lower inflammation in your brain and your entire body. It's similar to if I go look up Rhonda Patrick. Recent study says taking way more than 10 grams of creatine per day can have these amazing benefits. Yeah, that's what I've been teaching and doing, megadose and creatine for 6+ years. So a lot of people you sell it for breadcrumbs, you're getting things like 6 years after because you listen to system shills and not people that are more competent. Remember, we don't live in a meritocratic system, a pure meritocracy where the best get the biggest. Don't be deceived and perception imagined to think that the biggest YouTubers, the biggest influencers like Ben Assad is going to be better than Mike Cloud teaching health fitness because he's got more followers. No, as a matter of fact, it can be a paradoxical competence popularity, where it's like the more competent you are at teaching health fitness, the less popular you'll be. And the less competent you are and valuable to people in teaching health fitness, the more popular you'll be because the deep state have an agenda to keep the masses weak and unhealthy. And they will sabotage people that are dangerous to them and promote people that are giving the impression they're valuable enough to have people feel like they're valuable, but not so valuable that it becomes a problem for the deep state having a agenda to keep you weak. So I've been saying this for years that there's a correlation between brain inflammation and mental health problems. I've been saying that if you or somebody you know have a mental health problem, be it depression, anxiety, OCD, panic attacks, even like schizophrenia, which should be like an extreme mental health crisis, more likely than not, you have a brain inflammation problem. And I can teach you ways to lower brain inflammation and general inflammation, and I have been for a long time. So we're going to look at this now. Here's the post that I shared. And I posted a comment after sharing the post here. Work to protect your brain. Some things that can help prevent, decrease problems. Lead a generally anti-inflammatory lifestyle. And that's like a header. It's like that's how to be healthier, mentally and physically. It all boils down to all roads lead to Rome. It all boils down to reducing, preventing, mitigating inflammation, oxidative stress in the human body, keeping inflammation at a low level in the human body. That's always what it boils down to. If you want to understand how to be healthier, mentally and physically, fitter, your athleticism, raise your athleticism, get smarter, like human optimization, it all boils down to lowering inflammation in your body. That's like 90% of the game is preventing extreme inflammation, lowering inflammation if it already is extreme, and yeah, preventing high inflammation, reducing inflammation if it is too high. That's what it boils down to. So low sugar diet, low to no alcohol, avoid toxic chemical scented hydrogen clean products, and then a list of supplements: vitamin C, magnesium, ALA, NAC, niacinamide, vitamin E, spices after cooking, terminating with chili cayenne. So it's going to be the baseline plus teaching you if you're a person doing sports. And if you're doing sports, pretty much any type of sport, you're more likely to have a brain information problem than the average person, especially if you're playing rugby or football or you do boxing with sparring, okay? Or you play soccer, European football, and you're headbutting the ball. That too induces neuroinflammation. So it's this. One, cut down on the sugar. Aim to stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. Two, detox your life generally, which means detox your life. Remove as many toxins as possible from your life, daily life. Because toxins induce oxidative stress inflammation. So toxins cause also oxidative stress inflammation. So toxins give you inflammation and antitoxins lower it. So like true antitoxins. So one, cut down on the sugar. It's a protocol now. One, cut down on the sugar. Stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. Detox your life. And a major part of detoxifying your life is going to be replacing as many of your toxic chemical hygiene home cleaning products as possible with more natural alternatives. So instead of using perfume scented shampoo, shower gel, hand washing soap, switch to natural apple soap, unfragranced, unscented, natural apple soap. You can use that to wash your hands, shower, clean your floors, countertop cleaning, so on and so forth. Don't use softener in the washing machine. As a general rule of thumb, if it's scented, if it's a commercial common product and it's scented fragrance, it can kind of be bad for you. And then list of supplements. Vitamin C, 6,000 milligrams per day. Niacinamide, 1,000 milligrams per day. Magnesium, 1,000 milligrams per day. D3K2, 6,000 IUs per day. Omega-3, 3 to 6 capsules. B complex, 1 to 3 per day. And this is the baseline protocol there, which that graphic I just put up there. This is a basic, low bar, bare minimum type of protocol for all human adults. And all human adults will benefit from this. And a person that has a health problem, they would benefit, meaning their health problem would be addressed and helped by getting on this basic protocol. But if somebody has a serious problem, you're going to need more serious amounts of supplements ultimately to really have a dramatic improvement. So, on top of this basic list for inflammation, I would recommend adding N-acetylcysteine, NAC, and ALA, alpha-lipoic acid, if you're looking to have even more anti-inflammation power, antioxidant effect. So, if you're a person doing sports, you're a person having mental health problems, remember, if you lower inflammation in your body, you can expect to see improvement in your mental and physical health problems. So, and also, well, I'm not really having health problems. I'm doing sports and I'm doing boxing, sparring, or playing rugby. Well, you're going to have problems sooner or later, and you're causing damage. So, this is internal shielding. This is something that will help you to take less damage to your brain. This is something that will help you to be healthier, basically. And the same protocol will help to raise your performance. Now, be aware that if you're a person doing Adderall, ADHD meds, the dramatic amounts of vitamin C neutralizes toxins and drugs. Vitamin C is a broad spectrum antitoxin, a soaping agent, which means if a person's megadose of vitamin C, it's hard for them to get intoxicated drunk. Okay, if you go to a dentist, going to inject cocaine, lidocaine, novocaine in your gums to numb your teeth, that might not take if you took a lot of vitamin C before that, because vitamin C is an antitoxin, anti-drug. So if you take ADHD meds, which is meth, big pharma meth, and you take 2 grams of vitamin C in the morning, then ADHD meds might not work. Now, if you're a person who's prescribed ADHD meds, your doctor will told you about this. I know somebody actually that has ADHD and takes meds for it, and they told them that it's like, oh yeah, you've been telling me that vitamin C is an antitoxin and neutralizes drugs, and my doctor told me when to put me on the ADHD meds that not to drink orange juice in the morning or something. I just want to take the ADHD meds because it can make it not work, and not take vitamin C if I want the medicine to work. So if you want to get drugged up and poisoned, vitamin C is not conducive. Vitamin C supplementation is not conducive to that desired outcome. And I don't recommend people to get drugged up or poisoned. So there'd be like a fringe waiver. This protocol you might feel like it's bad for you. If you're a person that needs to get drugged up with amphetamines, like the Adderall, the big pharma ADHD meds, remember that 6 grams vitamin C per day can make the ADHD meds not take. Okay. Now, other big pharma supplements can retain the therapeutic effect while the side effects being reduced. The probability of side effects, likelihood of side effects, or the intensity of side effects, if they still present, will be lowered if you take vitamin C. So for example, I've taken ibuprofen a few times if I feel like I have peak neuroinflammation. And I don't take ibuprofen without washing down vitamin C water and taking NAC and LA with it. And I do believe that the ibuprofen retains its therapeutic effect, lowering inflammation, while being less harsh on my stomach and while being less dangerous because I'm taking vitamin C, NAC, and LA with it. So anyway, now remember, everything I've said in this video as a disclaimer is my personal belief and opinion. I'm not a doctor, okay? So look at this disclaimer and adhere to it, like the whole one top to bottom. This content does not provide medical advice. All information is for information and education purposes only, and it's not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider before making changes to diet, supplementation, medication, or lifestyle. Reliance on information provided is so much of a risk. So, if you're looking to be healthier, get on my protocol. One, cut down on the sugar. Two, detox your life generally. Remove as many toxins, daily toxin exposures as possible. So, a lot of what the average man uses, the shampoo most people use, the softener, the hand wash and soap, it's freaking poison on the cell, loaded with toxic chemicals. Inhaling the toxic chemicals can be as bad as smoking a pack of cigarettes today. Did you know that the amount of toxic chemicals the average American or Swede uses, countertop cleaner, deodorant, hairspray, cologne, the shampoo, it's hurting as much as smoking a pack of cigarettes per day at least. Okay. And then you're not taking vitamin C serious amounts to kind of buffer the damage that you're causing and reduce the damage you're causing from this. So my protocol, cut and dry, is simple. Take it or leave it. One, detox your life. Well, one, cut down on the sugar. Aim to stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. Two, detox your life generally, which means stop using all this poison chemical hiding home cleaning products using softener, countertop cleaner, perfume scented shampoo, and use natural apple soap instead. And natural apple soap is something, it's not like, wow, it's kind of complicated. I know that the average person, what they use to take a shower is poison, what they use to wash their hand is poison, and what they use to clean the floors is a chemical toxin. So it's, I need to figure out 6 different alternatives. For this, should use this instead. No, natural apple soap will cover like a good 80-90% of all of these uses. So you can use natural apple soap, unscented, unfragrant for showering, washing your hands, clean your floors, countertop cleaning, and for wash your clothes in the washing machine. What I use is bicarbonate vinegar. Now, if you've been using the detergent softener, you would have to like detox your machine before switching because you don't want to mix vinegar with detergent and softener chemicals like some hobby chemists or mad scientists. I mean, I wouldn't pour vinegar into detergent box or softener. You don't know what you're gonna get when you mix random stuff together. So if you've been using detergent softener in your washing machine before, and you want to switch to what I use, the bicarbonate vinegar, you have to clean out the machine first. You have to thoroughly clean out the machine. That's advised. Okay. So what I use to wash my clothes in the washing machine, not the poison detergent and softener. I use bicarb in conjunction with vinegar. So food grade sodium bicarb and food grade vinegar. And both of these things are cooking ingredients. So both of these come with cooking ingredients on the list or on the back. And for showering, I use natural apple soap. Cleaning my floors with a bucket and mop, natural apple soap again. Countertop cleaning, natural apple soap. Hand washing pots and pans in the kitchen, natural apple soap. I have a sponge. I have a kitchen bottle, natural apple soap. Get a sponge and hand wash pots and pans for it. So natural apple soap, you can use it for hygiene, personal hygiene. You can have a bar Buy a multi-pack of natural apple salt. We put a bar in the bathroom sink, a bar in the kitchen sink, and a bar in the shower. And you can use it for showering, washing hands, and hand washing pots and pans in the kitchen. And you can use it for making soap water to clean your floors. So, for people that have mental health problems, so this is my basic. This is a basic protocol for health, fitness, protection, and improvement. Like protecting your health and improving it. This is a basic low bar bare minimum protocol, and any person will be helped by this. Now, for somebody out there watching this, if you are a person doing boxing, getting sparring, you are a person that has a mental health problem, or a physical health problem, allergies, asthma, um, or a mental health problem such as depression or anxiety, uh, I would recommend higher amounts of some of these. And there will be some additional supplements that optimally you add additional supplements, a few extra. So this is the baseline protocol that will help any person. But for somebody with a serious problem, who's like less healthy than the average person, mental and physically, they suffer from depression, anxiety, they got panic attacks, OCD, uh, or they're having a more life that puts more of a toll on their body, like they're doing athletic stuff, they're marathon running, they're doing sports, they're training martial arts, things that put a toll on the body. I would recommend a higher amount of some of these, and also add a few additional supplements optimally. So vitamin C, 6 grams per day. Let's run down the list. There will be 2 grams vitamin C 3 times per day. So not 6 grams one time per day. So this list, I put it like total daily amounts. So let's run down the list and explain to you how I recommend that you take them. So vitamin C, 6 grams per day. That's 2 grams in the morning, start of the day, meaning within an hour waking up or so. 2 grams in the middle of the day, and then 2 grams at the end of the day. So it's 2 grams 3 times per day, totaling 6 grams in a day. And you don't have to take that with a meal. You can take that on empty stomach, even if you're fasting. You can take 2 grams vitamin C 3 times per day. Niacinamide, that's vitamin B3, 1 gram per day, 1,000 milligrams. You cut that up into 2 doses. You take a morning dose, 500 milligrams, and an evening dose, 500 milligrams. Magnesium, 1,000 milligrams per day, same there. 500 milligrams morning, 500 milligrams end of the day. D3K2, you can take that one time per day with a meal, with your food. Omega 3, 3 to 6 capsules, and you can take all of those at the same time, or you can take divide the daily amount into two if you feel like it. B complex 1 to 3 a day. Same there, you spread it out. So if you want to take 3 B complex tablets per day, you take 1 B complex tablet 3 times per day. Yeah, so as a matter of fact, I do fasting. So don't believe Shil Asadi. There's shilling for the deep state, which like expensive urine. Uh, is that why I'm more impressive than you are? Rip with a six pack, more energetic, perform a high level. I do 18-hour marathon live streams and do fasted. I don't sleep for 20 hours and don't eat for 20 hours, and I'm still doing intense exercising and cardio and more energetic than you. I guess it's not that my performance being superior. It could be that I'm living in a way that's better. No, it's just expensive urine. No, I'm getting a lot more than expensive urine from the supplements that I'm taking. You better believe it. Okay. So I'm gonna finish up now. And remember, if you're a person that has brain inflammation, you're a boxer or you got a mental health problem, so you don't have to be a boxer with a mental health problem to know that you're having inflammation happening to your brain. But if you're a boxer, you can count on the fact that you have high brain inflammation by baseline because you're getting like hit in the head in matches or sparring. And if you're not a boxer, but a person that has a mental health problem, you have a brain inflammation problem, inflammation. And I've taught you things that you can do to address that and lower it. And it's going to be vitamin C. It's going to be niacinamide. Let's put up the protocol again. Magnesium, D3K2, omega 3 fish or B complex. You take this, you improve. And on the left side is most likely don't do, okay? like don't put this in your body, and on the right side is going to be supplements that go into your body. Now, for somebody that has this is a baseline protocol, bare minimum, low ball, not less than this, at least this much. And this is designed to be not too much for any person. Do you understand? So this protocol is adjusted by me to be not too much for any human adult, say, while being enough to cause a positive improvement and benefit to make a difference, positive difference in any human adult, say. So it's set to be low enough to where any person watching this, okay, like a featherweight, like a guy who's like a small guy but he's 24, he could get on the protocol. And so it's designed to be low enough so any person watch a video, human adult, it won't be too much of anything. And while being high enough to make a difference, see, high enough to make a positive difference for every person. And then once again, it will always be more valuable if I would talk to somebody one on one and coach them. Okay, it's like for you, your circumstances, you're this big, you have this history. Are you a smoker? Are you a drinker? What toxic exposures do you have? Do you have any injuries? And so there's going to be uh, optimization and like dialing things in for optimal effect. It's going to be individual, but the basic general here will help every person. Now, for people that are doing sports or have mental health problems, okay, you're gonna have more of a need to address inflammation in your brain and in your body than the average person. So I would say for that type of person, it's not the baseline protocol. If you deal with something that's like extreme above average lifestyle, where you're having more inflammation than the average person in your body, if you have soreness from training, that is inflammation. See, so if you're physically active, you're training hard, anything, sports, bodybuilding, you're gonna have more inflammation. Uh, and if you have a mental health problem, more likely than not, you have inflammation problem. Even if you're like a slobber who sits at home all day and you're fat and mentally ill, depressed or anxious, something like this, you're gonna have brain inflammation. Statistically, most likely you have a brain inflammation problem, put it like that. So for sports people, active people, people that have a health problem, it's not gonna be the baseline 6 grams vitamin C per day optimally, but I would recommend 10 plus grams vitamin C if you have a known health problem, which means if you have anxiety, OCD, depression, you have a broken bone, you have some kind of injury working to heal, you have soreness somewhere, arthritis, it's going to be 10 plus grams of vitamin C for you. Okay. And here's as a general rule of thumb, what I've been teaching. You pick, if you're going to pick like a daily gram amount of vitamin C, you take the gram amount and you cut it in half, and that's the number of doses. So if you're going for 10 grams of vitamin C per day, you divide it into five 2 gram doses, total 10 grams. So niacinamide, 1 gram, magnesium. So on top of these basic this basic supplement list for people with mental health problems, or people doing sport, they have an injury, a health problem. I don't care if you got asthma, allergies, uh, mental physical health problem, or just your lifestyle. It's like you know that your body is taking a lot of damage because your lifestyle. I would recommend that you add N-acetylcysteine and ALA, alpha-lipoic acid, which are two other supplements that are good at lowering inflammation in the body. Now, the chief one, the primary one, is vitamin C. Some supplements like astaxanthin, I don't recommend putting money towards that. You're better off spending money towards vitamin C. Put the bang, like your powder where it matters the most. So ascorbic acid crosses the blood-brain barrier, so it has good distribution. You take vitamin C, aka ascorbic acid, it's good at reaching everywhere. So if you have inflammation in this joint here, vitamin C is good at getting into nooks and crevices and get past blockages, and it has good distribution. Whereas other antioxidant supplements like astaxanthin, which theoretically might have a higher like ORAC value, like antioxidant effect on paper, but it doesn't end up in the human body being as powerful as vitamin C low inflammation because it doesn't reach everywhere. It doesn't get it where it needs to go as easily. So vitamin C is the primary thing. It's the main thing. Vitamin C is antioxidant. It's an anti toxin, anti-inflammatory thing. So it's you want a major vitamin C, okay, and then ultimately you take other things as well. They can help to do even more to inflammation, but the main thing is the vitamin C. Vitamin C also lowers cortisol, which not everybody has some mental health problems, stress, anxiety. So I'm gonna break my fast pretty soon. I have some chicken in the oven and some food on the stove, so I'm gonna finish up here. So this is most likely not the last time I would say I make a video like this, but I make another video teaching people the truth and things you can do to improve. And I would recommend that you take regular vitamin C and you add liposomal. Okay, if you have the money, if you can afford it, on top of regular vitamin C per day, serious amounts, non-laughable, non-pathetic amounts. Ultimately, you take one liposomal vitamin C sachet per day. And me personally, I would take three a day if I could afford it. But I can't afford three sachets per day, so I take one lipo C per day and multigram amounts of regular. So that's gonna be the end of the video.